Hello and welcome to my F1 2021 My Team Career Mode for round 6 at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix here in Baku. Race day, the starting grid is going to develop in front of ourselves. We've got the Red Bull of Max Verstappen, who would be starting on pole, and Valtteri Bottas in second place. If you have missed any of the previous episodes though, do make sure you check them out in the card annotation in the top right hand corner of your screens whilst we run through the grid to avoid spoilers. So go check them out. The playlist will also be up there as well. But Yuki Tsunoda rounding out the top 10. We've got Alonso, then Vettel, then Stroll, and then myself in P14. A good qualifying session for Big Guns Racing. P14 on the grid, something we can actually be really happy with. Our teammate Callum Ilott down in 20th position, with Mazepin in 21st and Raikkonen at the back of the grid in 22nd. So good qualifying after an amazing result last time out at the Monaco Grand Prix. It's going to rain for the start of the race, but it's going to get dry as the race goes on. It wants us to pit around the midway stage of the race, so we are hoping that we can stay on these intermediate tyres till the dry period comes, and hopefully the AI make that crucial error and pit for another set of inters before going on to the dries. That could maybe get us into another points position again, like Monaco. But we got 5 red lights here in Baku, and it is lights out. And we are underway, and it is a terrible start. Look at Lance Stroll. What a boy. What a start for him. George Russell and Esteban Ocon as well. We're going to have a little look up the inside, down and towards turn 1. It's very close here. 3 wide between myself, Russell, and Ocon. But we don't quite get our nose in there. We have another little look into turn 2, but we can see that door closing very, very quickly as now. We got Schumacher having a look round the outside on us as well. I think he's got a little bit of front wing damage on the left-hand side. So Schumacher very quick with that front wing damage as well. Will it affect him over? Oh my god! Schumacher very early on the brakes, moving over to the left-hand side. There was a collision between the two of us. Not sure if we got damage or not. I don't think we did. And we get past Ocon, we get past Russell, but Ocon gets us back as we have a crash that has happened ahead of us. So what has gone on here? It looks like we've got Lando Norris into the wall. He's lost his front wing, and that has brought out the virtual safety car. Virtual safety car now ending at the moment as we are stuck behind Esteban Ocon. We've got Mick Schumacher behind us with George Russell behind him as well. Lance Stroll in P12 at the time being pretty okay. Virtual safety car restart, nothing that we really gained on too much so far in this race, but just setting behind these guys. You know, we're not quite a midfield runner car, but we are hoping to be on the better end of the back markers. And it looks like we're there at the moment, P14. We've got Mick Schumacher right on our tail as we run down in towards turn 3 now. Nice and clean, but running a little bit wide, very deep into the corner. That's going to allow Mick Schumacher to have an amazing run on us and actually nick back the position. Mick Schumacher now up into P14. We've got George Russell behind us, but we are going to stay behind Mick and see what we can do over the next couple of corners. Down this long back straight now, onto the start-finish straight, and we're going to see whether we can get Mick Schumacher maybe down in towards turn 1. Is he going to go defensive? Yes, he is. We're going to tuck in that slipstream, move over to the right-hand side, try and outbrake him as we go down in towards turn 1. Slingshot it right around the outside. Very cautious on turning and on the power. He's still there on the left-hand side, so we have to give him room and go very wide around the outside of the corner. That allows Mick just to keep his nose in there even more. We've got Russell all over the back of us, wanting to get involved, but there is no room at the time being, and we just hold it against Mick Schumacher, go right around the outside. Once again, Mick, though, braking later than us. We hold it on the outside. This time, not going too deep like we did before, and I think we are going to hold the position. Yes, we are. As Russell slingshots past Schumacher, but Schumacher and Giovinazzi do get him back. I think he actually got damage in that overtake. So, poor result there for George Russell. Unfortunately for him, he's going to be dropping back, but now we are coming into the pits for our one and hopefully only pit stop onto the dry. So it looks like we are going onto a set, yes, of medium tyres. Correct, medium tyres. We've got a 100% race here in Baku. And we may have jumped in a little bit too early because the grip definitely is not there coming out of the pit lane. And we're going to go side by side with Nikita Mazepin through turn 2. Wheel to wheel, what's better? Soft or inters? Inters. Okay, it looks like the Inters are a whole lot better than our soft tyres at the moment. But I think at the end of this lap, the soft tyres are starting to come back at us. Look, DRS is now enabled in this race. And that is going to allow us to maybe gain on the likes of some other people. But I feel like maybe it's just too little, too late. We might have lost maybe just a bit too much time making that gamble. We should have just waited one more lap. And the soft tyres would have been great, as we're going to see what is happening ahead of us. We get past our teammate, Callum Ilott, and after all the pit stops sort themselves out, we actually jump Schumacher, Giovinazzi, and we're actually going purple through Sector 1. And that is because those guys decided to stay out one lap extra on those intermediate tyres, and it kind of worked out an even. As we go fastest lap of the race so far. I think that's because we're the only people, or only driver with their tyres up to temperature. There we go, Valtteri Bottas nicking it away from us. Thank you very much, mate. You could let us hold on to that for a little bit longer. Lewis Hamilton going even quicker. I mean, they're about 5 seconds quicker than us at this stage of the race. We are so slow in this big guns racing car as Mick Schumacher and now Giovinazzi have really caught up to the back of us. So what can Mick Schumacher do? He's going to go right over to the left-hand side. We block him. Maybe a little bit dirty there from me. Made two sort of defensive manoeuvres, but now Mick Schumacher going to have a look at us around the outside into turn 1. Giovinazzi getting involved as well, but so late on the brakes. Do we make the corner? Yes, we do. And Mick cannot make the switchback. We hold on to it for the time being. Will Mick have a run, though, down in towards turn 3? Will he get another run? Here we go. In towards turn 3 now. Mick Schumacher all over the back of us. Has a little look up the inside. Can he make the move stick? As he goes right up the inside. We hold it on the outside though. And we do hold the position. Good defensive maneuver. We sort of worked out this track. What works best? The inside into turn 1 works better than the outside. But the outside of turn 3 works better than the inside. Giovinazzi so far ahead of me. But it was just so late on the brakes compared to the AI drivers. We show him the door around the outside and we hold on to the position once again here on lap 23 now of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Giovinazzi still all over the back of us and he actually gets us. He was so much quicker. I think we were playing a little bit of DRS chicken here. We knew that he was so much closer than he had been before, so we let him through. We're going to get the DRS now and we're going to re-overtake him. But we've now actually got Nicholas Latifi getting involved. He is also going to have DRS, but Giovinazzi holding that inside line. We box in Latifi, don't give him any choice to go for the overtake on us, and we're going to hold it around the outside. Like I said, this is a slower line around the outside, but with the DRS and being in front of Giovinazzi, we do manage to hold onto it, and so far, so good. The defense is difficult. These guys are so much quicker than we are. I think we were running with a wet setup because it was wet in qualifying, but so late on the brakes. Massive dive bombs. The brakes is where we are so much better than these drivers at the moment, but I think it was wet in qualifying and obviously wet for the start of the race, so we did decide to go for that wet setup, and it is now actually hurting us in the dry stage of the race. I was expecting it to be wet for a lot longer in this race, but once again, playing DRS chicken with Giovinazzi, and he is biting, he is taking that at the moment. And this is all working out for us in all fairness. We're not holding each other up too much, although we're not as quick in a straight line as we hope to be. As now we're going to go around the outside of Giovinazzi once again and do hold on to the position. So good battle at the moment between myself, Giovinazzi, even Mick Schumacher now getting involved in the battle as Sebastian Vettel pits in the Aston Martin. But those guys are just so far ahead of us that there is no need to really worry about challenging them. As Giovinazzi, Mick Schumacher, and maybe even my teammate Callum Ilott, yes, all coming into the pits now. So we need to be aware that these guys are into the pit lane. We're getting blue flags at the moment from faster cars behind. Now, we're on the medium tyres. I think we are going for the one stopper. No pitting at all late on in this race. That means we're going to have the jump on those guys, but they're going to be catching me up using those fresher, faster tyres to catch up to me and maybe attack me at the end. As we let through the leader, that is Max Verstappen. So from pole position, leading this race, having a fight in the championship, and we go a little bit deep there. So now we've got Giovinazzi all over the back of us. Has a little look up the inside, and again, we're just going to let him. We're going to let him have it, but he backs off at the apex of the corner. Not really what we wanted. We're holding it wheel to wheel through the fast S's section, still side by side with Giovinazzi. This is not what we want at all. We wanted him to drive past us, as it looks like we've got a yellow flag down the back of the field. That's either Latifi or Russell, I believe. So we're now going to go to the inside line, use the DRS, and Giovinazzi is going to have nothing left to fight with, as Nicholas Latifi is indeed out of this race. And no safety car. No safety car. I don't think we've had a safety car yet this season, which is quite bizarre. But Giovinazzi now all over the back of us as we run down in towards turn 3. Giovinazzi going up the inside. We're going to hold it round the outside through turn 3. Again, one of my favourite defending lines. Hold the outside. Sometimes the outside works better than the inside, and this time it is key as we go way too deep into that corner. And that has unfortunately possibly lost us the position to Giovinazzi. We now need to stay behind him. But unfortunately, he is just absolutely rapid. And Kimi Räikkönen wanting to have a little look as well. And he's just nudged to the back of us and he's got past. Now our tyres are really starting to die in this race. Really struggling with the tyre wear on these mediums. We took the gamble to maybe try and stay ahead of these guys, because we know if we pitted one lap after them, they would have jumped me on the undercut. And I just don't think it's going to work. We get so close. I don't know if you heard the scream. We got so close to the wall there on the left-hand side, as we will get DRS on Kimi Räikkönen. Will we be close enough to go for a lunge? How late on the brakes do we dare to be in towards turn 1? It's a huge dive bomb on Kimi Räikkönen, and it has not worked out at all. We've done a Max Verstappen, gone off the circuit, but Kimi Räikkönen, wiser than Lewis Hamilton, got that experience, goes for the switchback, saw it coming all day long, and holds on to the position. But now we've got another chance on Kimi Räikkönen, maybe go for it down in towards turn 3, following on the Alfa Romeo driver, so late on the brakes, and we've outbroken ourselves. And we've done nearly a perfect 360, damaged our front wing, and unfortunately, after what was looking like probably quite a good race, that front wing damage is going to put us right to the back of the field. We have to come into the pit lane. I mean, we could have maybe stayed out, but we would have been so slow. Maybe we can go and try and get fastest lap. Who knows? Onto the soft tyres. Try and get fastest lap. See what we can do. But unfortunately there, that looks like it's probably gone and ruined our race. And we're going to be finishing right at the back of the field. Maybe, just maybe, we can get Callum Ilott, because he is coming down the start-finish straight now. But I think with his front wing change, he is going to get me. As Schumacher also into the pit lane. So we might not be last. We're going to be ahead of Mick Schumacher, as we don't overshoot the pit lane exit this time. And there we go. Max Verstappen wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, as we just brake check on the start-finish line to show our mood. We weren't happy in that race at all. There was a bit of argy-bargy between the Alfa Romeos and myself. Kimi Räikkönen, driver of the day. As you can see, I'm not happy, because me and Kimi Räikkönen did have a bit of a rivalry in this race. Came together a fair few times, and I wasn't happy with the driving standards from him. But nevertheless, we've still got the points from the from the Monaco Grand Prix. So we're still on 2 points in this race, and we've also had none of those other drivers gain on us. So we're still ahead of those guys, and we're still ahead of them in the championship. But that is going to do for this round of the My Team Career Mode. If you have enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.